Welcome everyone to the channel. Again, I'm your host, Wayne Sells, and I want to thank you for tuning in today. And before we get going, I want to remind you to click that button and hit the bell so you would be notified when we have more content available will be pushed out, and you'll be on top of it. You'll get to receive that, so don't miss out. All right, so today what we're going to talk about is diabetes. And first of all, let me just say, as I am a diabetic myself, I've had the disease now for many years, and am learning to deal with it. Now, I started the other day, I was doing some checking on my blood sugars and trying to get everything level, and I was having a little bit of a problem with it. For some reason, I just wasn't able to keep it within the levels I desired. They were hitting a lot higher than they should. So I thought about, well, you know what, while we're researching it, trying to get more information as to how to control this, how to set it right, I can kind of monitor myself, kind of do more like a journal. So this would be sort of like a journal for myself. And at the same time, I can share that information, what I learned, and pick up, I can pass on to you. And hopefully in the comments, you can also make remarks that can be useful to not only myself, but others who are diabetics who watch the channel as well. So again, I think it's going to be a great deal. It's going to be something that's going to help us all around. It's a win-win. So let's do that. All right, so starting out, I just want to mention that as for any diabetic, it can be very frustrating trying to keep those blood sugars down, trying to watch what you eat, trying to get the food to eat low carb so you're not getting as much of the carbs which turn to sugar after you ingest it, and then cut back on the sugar a little bit as well. And I want to share a couple of things that I've been working with lately, trying to get a better handle on this thing. Looking at, there are a lot of tools that you can use besides starving yourself to death or eating cardboard thinking that's going to fix it. We got to have a better quality of life than that. So some of the tools that I've been working with is, for one, is the Quickie pen. I know you're familiar with these, the pen that you just dial in the amount of insulin you need, and you can inject yourself either on the left side or right side. And that gives you the proper amount of insulin that you need or desire. I like this a whole lot better than hypodermic needles, because I don't like feeling like a drug addict and I'm doing something, it just turns me off just looking at it, so I don't even want to go there. But the Quickie pens have been great in the sense that, yeah, you still get a little pinch, but it's a little better, I think. It's a little easier for me, and for me to say that, that's a good thing, because I hate pens and needles and don't want to deal with all that. So the Quickie pens are great, and if you're using the hypodermics, they work fine, but you can check with your doctor and see if they will give you a prescription to get the pens, because I think they're just easy to deal with, and they're portable, you can carry them around with you as well. So that has been a blessing to me, and I'm trying to get a better handle on using that as well. So, and then secondly, there is you got to check that blood sugar. And so when I'm checking the blood sugar, I look at the old way was always sticking my fingers, and that became old real quick. I don't like needles. I think I mentioned that before, but it just, just not the fun thing to do, to keep doing this and then check the blood. Although it works, but it's just, a little more than we want sometimes. So I found that I discovered that they had different technology that allows you to do it without sticking your fingers. And like the Freestyle Libre 2, the Dexcom 3, and just two of them, several others that help you to get this done without, more aggravation or pain. So I want to share that with you and show you a little bit about that. Now, the sensor for the the sensor for the Freestyle Libre 2, which is what I'm using currently, is a little round disc that's just attached to my elbow or arm here, and I can use the glucose monitor to click on it, and it will give me the reading I need without having to stick myself. This thing, you put it on, it looks about the size of a quarter, and it stays on for about 14 days. And you can test as much as you want every day, up to 200 times a day. Although I probably won't be doing that, but nevertheless, I do quite a bit of testing, a heck of a lot more than what I did before when I had to stick my fingers. So I want to show you this. I don't know if you can see it from there, from the camera's view. I think you can, but if you See the little cylinder? I've got a little bit of a gauze or a protective covering over it just to, make sure it doesn't get knocked off or anything like that. But it does stick pretty good. I may be able to get away without that, but I put it on anyway. I think it's just gives you added protection. But as you can see, it's like a little cylinder here, a spear, probably about the size of a quarter. And that's injected on, you just pop it on, and it's very painless. The whole thing is great. And once I get that in place, then it takes about an hour for it to warm up. When it does about an hour, then I can use this little device here. It's like the glucose monitor. Now, I don't know if you can see it from there, but hopefully this will give you a rough idea of what it looks like. It has one little button here that I'm going to press on it, and it sets me up where I'm ready to start to check my glucose. So let's do that now. So we set it there, and just like you may have seen the commercial where the guy's riding a bike and he just pulls his arm up and puts it right over there, you hear the noise, and he gets a reading of his blood sugar. Mine right now, according to this, is a 153, which is pretty good for me because most of the time mine are just sky high and 2 plus, and just causing lots of issues there. So this is what I'd rather be at. I'd rather be at 153 or slightly lower to be in great shape. So this is a good deal. So that's all there is to it. It just gives you the reading. You don't have to stick yourself anymore, and I can do this over and over again. If I want to check it again, just now I can do it once more. And we're still at 153. Sometimes it changes the way it works. So that's it. And we just want to share that with all our viewers, and for those who are considering this, if you happen to be a diabetic, you have friends who are diabetics or family members, these are things, if you have not tried these things, look into it. Quickie pens and the Freestyle Libre 2 glucose monitors. Now these are by no means the only ones out there. There's a Dexcom 3 plus others that do similar things. They will check your blood sugar without sticking yourself. But man, it's a blessing. It's great because I don't like sticking myself. So again, that's it. And so again, stay tuned. So if we have new content, we're going to put it up, and you get a chance to check it out, and it can be a blessing to you and your family. And we want to leave a room where you can give comments too, because you may have some experience that we certainly would like to learn from. So we thank you again for that. So again, guys, thank you again for joining the channel today. And as we continue to talk about diabetes, we're going to bring it up again another, sometime in the near future. We have another video up concerning that, and hopefully will be more information that we can share with you. So thank you again, and remember, stay safe and enjoy life.